What if I told you there's a thick, golden oil sitting in your home right now that could revive one of the most vital parts of your body, the part that starts slipping away quietly after 60, without warning, without permission, and most men just accept it? I'm talking about strength, response, warmth, and connection below the belt, and the oil I'm talking about isn't a trend. It's been used for centuries, and it's something you can start using tonight. Hi, I'm Dr. Sophia Jain, a board-certified urologist, and I've spent over 20 years helping men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s get back what time, tension, and poor circulation slowly take away. And let me be clear, this isn't about magic, and it's not about pills, surgery, or injections either. This is about waking the body back up with nature, with intention, and with one of the simplest, oldest tools we've got, castor oil. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how castor oil can help restore blood flow, sensitivity, and confidence in your most private area. You'll learn how to use it, where to apply it, what changes to expect each day, and 3 easy ways to make those changes last. Because here's the truth, if you're a man over 60 and you've noticed a drop in function, in sensation, or in drive, it's not just age. It's a circulation issue, and it's reversible. When most men hit their 60s, they start feeling less connected to their body. You might not notice it all at once. Maybe it starts with weaker morning erections, maybe intimacy feels different, or maybe you just don't feel that spark anymore. That quiet fire, the one that used to rise without effort, now flickers or worse, feels like it's gone. But here's what I want you to know, it's not gone. Your body didn't quit. It just needs the right signal to start responding again. You see, as men age, the small arteries and capillaries that bring oxygen-rich blood to the pelvic region, especially to the penis, start to narrow. They stiffen. And when those vessels lose their elasticity, your body can't deliver the same surge of blood that used to create a strong, natural erection. At the same time, the nerves in that region become less sensitive. The connection between your brain and your body weakens. Touch doesn't feel the same. You stop getting spontaneous arousal. And over time, that part of your body starts feeling foreign, like it's not even yours anymore. I've seen this in my patients again and again. I've heard the same words in different voices, I just don't feel like myself. I'm not the man I used to be. It's like something shut off and never came back on. And that's the part that breaks my heart, because it doesn't have to be this way. What men don't realize is that your body still wants to respond. The system is still there. The nerves, the vessels, the tissues, they're waiting. They just need the right kind of stimulation, not the kind that forces the body, but the kind that nourishes and restores it. And that's where castor oil comes in. Now, let's break it down. What is castor oil and why is it so powerful for men's health, especially after 60? Castor oil is made from the seeds of the castor plant. It's thick, it's rich in something called ricinoleic acid, and when used topically, it penetrates deep into tissues. Unlike most oils that sit on the surface, castor oil actually works its way into your fascia, your lymphatic system, and your blood vessels. It's been used for centuries to reduce inflammation, stimulate circulation, and support healing in areas that are slow to recover on their own. But here's what's most exciting. When you apply castor oil to the lower abdomen, the pubic region, the groin, and even around the base of the penis, it helps increase blood flow, soothe tense muscles, and activate nerves that have gone quiet. That's right. We're not talking about something you eat or something you swallow. This is external, and it works by improving circulation in the very areas that matter most for male vitality. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Daniel. Daniel was 69 when he came into my office. Former Marine, disciplined guy, took care of himself, but he told me, "Doc, I feel like I've aged 20 years in the last 5. It's not just in the mirror, it's down there. I feel numb, disconnected. And I hate that I'm avoiding my wife, not because I don't want her, but because I don't feel like I can show up." I introduced him to castor oil. I gave him a step-by-step guide on how to use it, and I asked him to try it for 1 week. No pills, no pressure. Just a warm towel, the oil, and 10 minutes of quiet care each night before bed. What happened over the next 7 days changed everything. On day 1, he felt warmth, just a soft heat in his lower belly and groin. On day 2, he noticed tingling, like something was waking up. By day 4, he said his body felt lighter, and by day 7, he was getting morning erections again. But it wasn't just the physical changes that struck him, it was the emotional shift. He said, "Dr. Jain, I feel like a man again." And that's when I knew once again we were on the right path. You see, castor oil doesn't just work on blood flow. It works on belief. When a man starts feeling his body respond again, he stands differently, he walks differently, and that quiet confidence comes back. So let's get into the how-to. I'm going to walk you through the exact method I give my patients. This is the part where you take back control, and it starts with preparation. First, you want to use a high-quality, cold-pressed castor oil. You don't need a big bottle. Just make sure it's pure and hasn't been mixed with anything synthetic. Before applying, warm the oil slightly. You can rub it between your hands or place the bottle in warm water for a few minutes. Then, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. After a warm shower is ideal, because your pores are open and your skin is more absorbent. Now take about a teaspoon of oil in your hands and begin massaging your lower abdomen. Start just above the pubic bone, using slow circular motions. Then move downward, gently covering the groin area, your inner thighs, and around the base of the penis. You don't need to apply it directly to the shaft unless you want to, but the focus should be on the areas that control blood flow and nerve activity. Breathe as you do this. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Stay present. Don't rush. This isn't a chore, it's a form of care. Each session should last about 7 to 10 minutes. Do it once a day. Evening is best, but some men do it in the morning too. The key is consistency, not perfection. Over the next few days, you'll likely notice changes, some physical, some emotional. You might feel warmth or a pulsing sensation. You might feel relaxed or even aroused. Don't judge it. Just observe it. Your body is responding. That's the whole point. Let's talk about what you can expect each day over your first week using castor oil. I've seen this pattern enough times to say with confidence, if you follow the method properly, you will feel something shift within just a few days. It might be small at first, but it's real. And it builds. Day 1 is about awareness. Most men feel warmth in the lower abdomen and groin within the first 10 minutes. Not burning, not discomfort, just a quiet heat, like something is turning on. Some describe it as a pulse, others say it feels like energy returning to an area they haven't truly felt in years. That's circulation. That's your nervous system waking up. Day 2, you may notice a little more sensitivity, especially in the morning. Even if it's faint, that gentle buzz means your blood vessels are responding. Your tissues are getting oxygen again. You're not forcing the body, you're inviting it to come back online. Day 3, things start to deepen. You might experience tingling along the inner thighs or at the base of the penis. It's subtle, but it's movement. And that matters. Some men feel emotional on day 3. They say it's like remembering a part of themselves they forgot. That's normal. That's healing. Day 4, you may start getting partial erections at night or upon waking. These may not be full yet, but they're real. They're your body's way of saying, I'm still here. I still work. And that can change everything about how you see yourself. Day 5, your response time might improve. It takes less mental effort to get aroused, less pressure to stay there. You may feel more in tune with your partner, more present during touch, more confident in your own skin. Day 6, for many men, is a turning point. This is when you realize it's not just about the oil. It's about the connection. It's about giving attention to a part of yourself that deserves it. Men have told me they walk differently, carry themselves differently, speak with more calm, more certainty. And day 7, this is what I call the mirror moment. You'll look at yourself and something will feel different. You'll see yourself as a man again. Not a problem to fix, not a fading figure, but a man who is still strong, still capable, still very much alive. Now, if you've gotten this far, you're probably wondering, can this go even further? And the answer is yes. Castor oil is powerful on its own, but there are 3 natural ingredients you can add to your routine that amplify everything. These aren't supplements, and they're not gimmicks. These are time-tested oils that work with castor oil to speed up results and make them last longer. The first is peppermint essential oil. Just a drop or two blended with castor oil before your massage can create a gentle cooling sensation that wakes up the skin and nerves almost instantly. Peppermint increases surface circulation and helps bring blood to the skin level. It also sharpens nerve communication, which means faster, more responsive stimulation. The second is clove oil. Now this one you want to use carefully because it's strong. Just 1 drop per tablespoon of castor oil is enough. Clove increases testosterone receptor sensitivity in the skin and can help reduce mild inflammation around the prostate and lower pelvis. It's been used in traditional medicine to support male virility for generations. And the third oil is black seed oil, also known as Nigella sativa. This one is different. It doesn't give that tingling or warmth right away, but it works at a deeper level. Black seed oil is packed with antioxidants, supports hormonal balance, and helps reduce oxidative stress in the tissues. Over time, this creates stronger, healthier tissue that can hold more blood, respond more quickly, and stay active longer. To blend them safely, I recommend this formula: 1 tablespoon of castor oil, 1 drop peppermint oil, 1 drop clove oil, and 2 drops of black seed oil. Mix gently in your palms until it's warm, then apply it just as we discussed before: slow, intentional, circular movements in the lower abdomen, groin, and around the base. Some men rotate blends: castor oil one night, full blend the next. Others use the blend every day for the first 10 days, then scale back. The choice is yours. The most important thing is consistency. Your body learns from repetition. But let me be honest with you, oils and massage are just one part of the story. The other part, the part too many men ignore, is how they move through the rest of their day. I'm not talking about going to the gym or starting a diet. I'm talking about 3 small changes that make a huge difference in male performance, energy, and clarity, especially after 60. The first is movement, but not the kind you dread. I'm talking about walking. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day of steady walking, ideally outdoors, gets your blood flowing, lowers inflammation, and improves nitric oxide production, which helps your blood vessels relax and expand. That means more blood can get where it needs to go. The second is hydration with minerals. Most men are walking around mildly dehydrated, which thickens the blood and makes circulation harder. Add a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon to your water once or twice a day. That helps your cells absorb it better and supports your adrenal glands, which are key for hormonal health. And the third is breath. Shallow breathing keeps the nervous system tense and stuck. Deep belly breathing resets the parasympathetic nervous system, the one that handles arousal and relaxation. Try this once a day. 5 deep breaths in through your nose, slow exhale through your mouth. Do it while applying the oil or just lying in bed. You'll feel calmer, clearer, and more in your body. When you combine these 3 habits with your castor oil ritual, things begin to change faster. The body doesn't need dramatic interventions. It needs consistent signals. Signals that say, you're still alive. You're still worthy of care. And I want to say this as clearly as I can: your body hasn't given up on you. Not even close. But maybe, somewhere along the way, you gave up on it. Not out of laziness, but out of frustration, disappointment, or just plain exhaustion. That's okay. That's human. But the good news is you can come back. And it starts with showing up for yourself again. Now, let's talk about the number 1 mistake I see men over 60 making when they start a rejuvenation routine like this. It's not skipping a day, and it's not using too little oil. It's something deeper than that. It's treating this practice like a chore instead of a connection. When you treat your body like a machine that needs fixing, you miss the point. You're not a project. You're a person. And what this whole approach is really doing is asking you to slow down and reconnect with your own body, your own energy, your own presence. I've worked with men who went all in for 3 days, saw results, then backed off because they got nervous. It was working, and that scared them. Why? Because it challenged the story they were used to. The story that they were too old, past their prime, or broken. That story was familiar. The new one, where you're alive and fully capable, that takes courage to accept. You treat this ritual as a moment of care, not a task. You don't rush it. You don't treat it like something to just check off the list. You let it be a few quiet minutes where you turn inward and say, I'm still here. I still matter. That mindset shift right there changes everything. Now, I want to share something powerful, something that's easy to overlook but makes a huge difference long term. It's a simple apple cider vinegar tonic. This drink, taken daily, works from the inside while the castor oil works from the outside. Here's how to make it. Start with a glass of warm water, not hot, just warm. Add 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, the kind with the mother in it. Then squeeze in the juice of half a lemon and add a teaspoon of raw honey if you like. Stir it up and sip it slowly, preferably in the morning before breakfast. This tonic does 3 things. First, it helps your liver detoxify more efficiently, which frees up testosterone and improves blood flow. Second, it balances your stomach acid, which helps you absorb nutrients better, especially zinc, magnesium, and B vitamins that are crucial for male health. Third, it supports your vascular system, meaning your arteries, your capillaries, all the little vessels that need to stay flexible and clean for strong blood flow. When men combine this morning tonic with the castor oil routine at night, they often tell me they feel a kind of loop forming. Morning wakes up the organs, night resets the nervous system. Morning builds energy, night channels it. Now, let's talk about something most doctors won't mention: emotional blocks. I know, not every man wants to hear this, but after 60, emotional health becomes physical health. Guilt, shame, resentment, they all tighten the nervous system. And when that system is tight, arousal gets blocked. You can apply all the oil in the world, but if your mind is still telling your body no, it won't respond fully. So how do you address that? You don't need therapy unless you want it. What you need is honesty. Ask yourself this, quietly, one evening: what part of me am I still punishing? It could be something from your past, a decision you regret, a role you didn't fulfill. Whatever it is, recognize it. Not to wallow in it, but to stop hiding from it. Because when you stop hiding, your body stops guarding. And that's when real energy returns. Some men keep a little journal next to their bed. Just a line or 2 each night, what they felt, what they noticed, what surprised them. That simple act of witnessing your own process can unlock healing that oils alone can't reach. Now, before we close this part, I want to give you a few signs to watch for that tell you it's working. Because sometimes results are subtle at first, and you might miss them. If you're waking up with a little more morning energy, even if there's no full erection yet, that's a sign. If you feel warmer in your feet or hands at night, that's improved circulation. If your mood is lighter, if you're laughing more, sleeping deeper, or even just humming to yourself, that's your nervous system relaxing. If your cravings are down and your appetite feels more balanced, that's hormonal improvement. These are wins. Don't ignore them. Don't tell yourself it's not enough. Every bit of progress is your body saying, thank you for paying attention. So let's say you've made it through your first 30 days of using the castor oil method. What happens next? Well, if you've been consistent, you're going to feel it. You may not look in the mirror and see a totally different person, but you will feel more alive in your own body. And not just in the bedroom. I mean your posture, your mindset, your ability to move through life with clarity and strength. Because when your blood flows, your energy flows. At 30 days, your tissue has begun to respond in a lasting way. Your blood vessels are more elastic, your nerves are more engaged, and your body's natural testosterone rhythm is often stronger. Not necessarily higher in number, but stronger in effect. And that's what matters: function, not just lab results. Now, this is where most men hit a fork in the road. One path is to say, hey, I feel good, maybe I'll ease off. The other path is to say, this works. Let's go deeper. And that second path? That's the one that leads to true transformation, not just temporary change. After 30 days, shift from daily castor oil use to 4 to 5 times a week. That gives your skin a little break, but keeps the rhythm going. Add in your apple cider vinegar tonic at least 5 mornings a week, ideally on an empty stomach. And here's something new: rotate the oil application areas. Instead of always focusing on the lower abdomen and groin, start including the lower back and sacrum once or twice a week. Why? Because that area contains the nerves that feed into the pelvic floor. When you massage castor oil into the lower spine, you're opening a whole new highway of communication between your brain and your reproductive organs. It's subtle, but powerful. Now let's talk about a practice most men haven't even heard of, but once they try it, they're hooked. It's called pelvic breath activation. This isn't fancy yoga. It's a 90-second breath exercise you can do while lying in bed, and it directly stimulates the nerves responsible for arousal and stamina. Here's how it works. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the bed. Place one hand on your lower belly and the other on your chest. Inhale slowly through your nose, but make sure the breath moves only your lower hand, not the one on your chest. Fill your lower belly with air like a balloon. Then slowly exhale through your mouth, squeezing your lower belly in toward your spine. Do that for 10 full breaths. With each inhale, you're expanding the pelvic floor. With each exhale, you're gently strengthening it. And over time, this trains the same muscles that control blood flow, erection duration, and even ejaculation timing. Most men feel a light buzzing or tingling in the groin after a few rounds. That's your nervous system waking up. That's your body saying, "Hey, I remember this." Now combine that with oil massage and daily movement, and you're laying the foundation for not just better performance, but better vitality across the board. One of my patients, we'll call him Robert, was 67, divorced, living alone, and convinced that his best years were behind him. He started the castor oil routine just to help with his sleep. Didn't even think about intimacy. By week 2, he noticed fewer nighttime bathroom trips and better sleep. By week 3, his energy during the day had doubled. He started going for walks again. And by week 4, something surprising happened. He started waking up with morning wood. It shocked him. Not because he didn't think it was possible, but because he'd quietly accepted that part of himself was gone forever. Today, Robert is back in a relationship, but more importantly, he feels like himself again. And that's the power of this kind of practice. It doesn't just revive the body. It revives your identity. So what happens if you hit a plateau? You're doing everything, but results start to level off? That's normal. That's when it's time to switch your oil rotation. Instead of peppermint and clove, try adding frankincense oil for nerve regeneration or ginger oil for deeper heat and blood flow. Both blend well with castor oil and bring new life to tissues that may have stalled. Also, adjust your breathwork timing. If you've been doing it at night, try moving it to the morning, or vice versa. Small shifts can reawaken the system and prevent things from going stale. And remember, this isn't a sprint. This is a rhythm. You're not trying to get back to how things were at 30. You're creating something better, performance with presence, intimacy with awareness, confidence that isn't desperate to prove anything. All right, let's bring everything together now into one simple, powerful daily rhythm. You don't need a fancy setup, and you don't need a lot of time. What you need is consistency. Because in your 60s and beyond, the body responds more to rhythm than intensity. Gentle, focused repetition beats bursts of effort every time. Here's what a rejuvenation-focused day looks like for a man over 60. First thing in the morning, before food or coffee, start with your apple cider vinegar tonic. 1 tablespoon of raw ACV, juice from half a lemon, and a teaspoon of raw honey in warm water. Sip it slowly. This sets the tone for digestion, detox, and circulation for the rest of the day. After that, move your body. Even 5 to 10 minutes makes a difference. Gentle walking, stretching, or light squats just get blood moving. This improves oxygen to your brain and sets your hormones on the right track for the day. Midday, keep your meals clean and balanced. Include healthy fats, some protein, and natural sources of zinc like pumpkin seeds or lentils. Stay away from seed oils, excess sugar, and fried food. That's the fastest way to slow circulation and build inflammation. Late afternoon or early evening, this is where the real ritual begins. Take a few minutes to warm up your castor oil blend. About a tablespoon of castor oil with 2 or 3 drops of essential oil. Apply it gently to your lower abdomen, inner thighs, and perineum. Then, place your warm towel over the area and relax. No phone, no distractions. Just breathe. Let the oil do its work while your nervous system resets. After the oil soak, You can lie back and do 10 to 15 rounds of pelvic breath work, belly rising with each inhale, drawing the navel in with each exhale. This helps anchor the effects of the oil and reinforces the connection between mind and body. Then, end your day with something that keeps your spirit aligned. Maybe you journal a few lines. Maybe you speak a gratitude out loud. Maybe you just take a moment and say, I showed up for myself today. That's powerful. That's masculine. That's medicine. Now, I want to leave you with something that a lot of men forget. This process doesn't take anything away from you. It gives you back what was buried. Your blood flow, your arousal, your confidence, they were never gone. They were just waiting for you to show up again. And showing up doesn't mean pushing harder. It means listening, tuning in, working with your body, not against it. That's the kind of maturity that turns aging into mastery. And I promise you, the man who stays connected to his body, to his breath, to his purpose, that man becomes magnetic. Not just in the bedroom, but in life. In how he walks, how he speaks, how he lives. So go ahead. Use the oil. Drink the tonic. Do the breath work. Build the fire back up from the inside out. And when it lights up again, and it will, you'll realize you didn't just get your function back. You got your power back. You've earned it.